nigga high as a motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast forward. I am the nigga, young dog. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era faded, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted defeat. Back in the day, the rock had a violent freak. Different story now, they got no energy. New drugs got them slow with the hit unload. Out close and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, top shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga, young dog. I bring it to your rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Crack out of pop, even dancing in the rain. Now they nodding off, shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga, young dog. Yeah, man, I was right up on Howard's campus yesterday. And, I've long said that Howard University is a real estate play masquerading as a university. Many of the Howard students have been shipped far off to Hyattsville, Maryland, the dorms, while Howard is leased off probably much of his space. I'm assuming they leased off his space instead of owning it or selling it to developers. And so around Howard, there are very high-end apartments. There is a Whole Foods and just high-end apartments all over the place. And I'll show you some of that as we go along here. And as we get started, I want to share this video with you. And I've shown this on the video on the channel several times, but it bears repeating to really hammer home what is really occurring at Howard. For the people that maybe new listeners, if you come across your stream, you wonder what in the world is going on at Howard. And this is the landlord's perspective of what I think is a real estate play masquerading as a university. And there are a lot of money that comes into Howard because of they get direct appropriations for the Congressional Appropriations Committee, stuff like that. And there was a video that I put out a while back. It was the Two Faces of DC. The Two Faces of DC. I can't find it right now, but I'll find it. And anyway, it was about a lady. She lived in Pleasant Plains or somewhere near there, and which is a newly developed neighborhood right near Howard. And I remember her saying her rent was like $2,400, which would be out of the reach of many of the Howard students. So as a result, people like me end up renting to Howard students that can't afford to live on and near campus. And that is one of the bigger things that's going on there, is that Howard students are by and large mostly poor. The parents are poor. These are people who come from meager backgrounds. I'll show you some video. This is a fairly long video. It's about 20 minutes. So it profiles a couple of parents and the students that are caught up in this Howard enrollment issue. Here's the first parent.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Good
much.
luck, guys.
You didn't send anything else, and then the next email is like they're taking up your enrollment. It has been trauma. Like she was accepted, and I feel like they dropped the ball on the communication.
So I want you to listen to that right there. She chose Howard over 7 schools. Out of the 7 schools, Howard was probably the most expensive school that she was accepted to. So why did she choose to go to Howard? These parents are going to tell us. Some of the students are going to tell us.
Yeah.
You could have said, even if you have financial aid, you still need to pay 50% because we don't know if you're going to cover it. But if I actually, and you did not say that, you just, if we think we're covered, we're fine.
Yeah.
FAFSA is going to take it. For the
Rewind this for a second. In case you missed it, here, listen to what this lady's about to say.
50% for me, for my
Is one of the things Howard probably has and enrollment process. Software not atypical in most of the other universities. I can't imagine that Howard built out their own custom software to enroll students. So they're probably using a commercial package that most other universities use just the same. But the problem becomes is Howard students are very dependent on aid, and those aid funds may be dispersed later than the deadline to enroll or kick a student out. And I think that seems to be what's happening here is that Howard has a hard and fast data, let's just say whatever date it is, and the money that these kids are dependent on is coming in much later than that. Howard is saying, hey, okay, you got a refund, you got some money coming in from the Bill Gates scholarship, cool, no problem. We'll cut you a refund check, but you need to get on a payment plan right now. And that is creating problems for these parents. You can hear some of them saying, we have the money, we paid it, but it's a little too late. That the software has hard and fast dates, and it is cutting to 50% would be half of the tuition that's owed minus the scholarships. That could be $15,000. These people don't have $15,000. At best, they could get on a payment plan. One of the parents I profiled, I think she was paying $2,700 a month. And she said, I can't pay this forever. When will the scholarship funds be released? For all we know, Howard may be holding those funds. Hell, they may be using those funds to fund other aspects of their business. This is a business, by the way. And meanwhile, the kids are held in the lurch with tight payment plans, tight payment restrictions put in place by Howard. They need the money up front. $100. You think this lady has $9,000? That's a lot of money. This is just pull out of your pocket. And I think she has 2 other kids at Howard. So again, this is quite a bit of money coming out of a lower to middle income black household. Again, the next thing is these people are probably first generation. I was talking to Be Brave about this, and he expressed amusement. Oh, wait, hold on for a second. Give me one second. He expressed, amazement. Really, he said, "I can't believe that Howard is getting away, straddling these people with this amount of student loans, particularly when you consider what the Howard graduates will leave school with: psychology, sociology, general sciences, biology degrees at $64,000 a year. It's a lot of money. It's great. I wish I could tell her if she's watching. What I would tell her is, lady, Howard is not a school anymore. This is a real estate play. I said it a while back. This is a gangster country. Everybody's getting as much money as they can. Howard has his hand in a cookie jar, and they're able to pull out quite a hell of a sum. And I've shown you that, and I'll show you one more time for a fact. Howard University government appropriations, and you'll see that the AI mode. You see that here. Federal appropriations serve as a foundational revenue pillar for Howard University, historically accounting for 20 to over 40% of its annual operating budget. As a federally chartered HBCU, Howard has unique access to direct annual funding from the United States government, authorized by a 1928 amendment to its original statutory charter. And it goes on to say that Howard is one of the only universities that gets direct federal funding funded through the Appropriations Committee. And you'll see that here. Let's see, Howard University funding appropriations committee. Howard University receives federal annual appropriations managed by the Labor, Health, and Human Services, Education, and related agencies, subcommittees of the U.S. Congress. Key funding elements include general academic support, Howard University Hospital, and matching endowment grants. That is what keeps this university afloat. Yesterday, I was writing about Howard, and I'll show you a little bit later after this video.
Now, my daughter did receive a lot of money, scholarship money from Howard. She did receive that.
Again, that would be from the government. There's a comment on the screen, and this is apparently what he's referring to. The major federal financial aid policy changes took effect on July 1st under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. These new rules overhaul loan limits, Parent Plus caps. Parent Plus is the parent loans, and Pell Grant eligibility. Parent Plus loans capped at maximum of 20, lifetime limit of 65,000. Trump is more or less limiting the ability for these kids to just go knee deep into debt for an education that doesn't may not matter much. That's how I'm taking it. If you're limiting how much people can borrow for an education, then you're putting a cap on more or less how much they're able to pay above and beyond grants and scholarships. Graduate professional loans, that's not what's happening here. Less than full-time enrollment, I don't think that's what's happening here. And a lifetime cap, a new overarching federal loan cap of $250,000 applies to cumulative federal borrowing. Interesting. So all students whose total cost of attendance is completely covered by non-federal. Oh, wow. This is interesting. Students whose total cost of attendance is completely covered by non-federal scholarships. So if you get the Bill Gates scholarship or the Bloomberg scholarship, or grants are no longer eligible for a Pell Grant. Universal, correct me if I'm wrong, that would be the refund checks that a lot of kids get. All their grant and student loans combined, they get a refund check. Applicants with a student aid index added above twice the maximum Pell award no longer qualify for minimum grants. Interesting.
Okay.
$9,000 to able to pay. Now, you may think, well, he's going to come out of his pocket with $9,000 just straight up. What I'm guessing, because I read, I'm on some of the Howard University discussion boards, and what it sounds like to me is that a lot of these families are basically taking on this college like it's another expense in the family. So one lady in particular that I read, I think she said she's paying an extra $2,700 every month to send her child to college. So it's not $9,000 up front. I don't think. Could be. So it's good, right? This is good.
You can go and be like, okay, I'm going to raise it and I will give it to you.
You got to understand what she just said there. This is back in the old days at the black colleges when they gave you grace, as she says.
You can go and be like, okay, I'm going to raise it and I will give it to you.
With a fish fry, your mama go on a fish fry in the neighborhood and say, my baby is off at a HBCU. And I'm selling a plate of fish to pay for his tuition. You know, based upon what we're reading here, if this is federal policy, then Howard can't really do anything about this. They have to play by the guidelines to get the federal money. And it's really nothing they can do. Howard's looking for any excuse to get rid of these students, and these parents don't get the bigger picture. Yeah, that's true. Let me show you something. Let me show you something right here. You see this? If you can see this on the map. This is Howard University in red right here. This is where Howard is shipping his students off to live. It's a true story. I talked about this the other day. This is in PG County. Howard is shipping his students from here all the way out to PG County. And they're bringing them in by bus every day. Howard is leased off or sold a lot of the land on that campus for the short-term money or maybe the long-term money because the area is gentrified quite a bit. And in doing so, they don't have anywhere to place their students. That's the ugly truth of the matter as it relates to Howard. And that is why they have to send their students this far for housing. Is this the same lady? Is this the same lady? Is that the same lady? Look. Did I lose my browser here? Can you see this? Is this the same lady? I'm curious to know. Rashida. Uh-oh. We got a black in here. So what? It's the same lady. Okay, good. Perfect. Remember, she says she's from Chicago. She's an American writer and producer. She was a supervising producer for seasons 4 and 5 of the Showtime original coming-of-age drama, The Shot, and was later promoted to co-executive producer for season 6. She's also served as a writer on the series, been listed executive producer for series 7 and 8. This is Rashida, born in 1984. So that makes it about what, 9 years younger than me, 10 years younger than me. 40, she's about 41, something like that. And she's the stepmother to this lady. The Shy. This is not aristocratic Black America sending their children to Howard, as you can see here. The Shy. The third time. Then you let them do that, then but one more time. Do better. Oh shit, you can't hear it? Damn. I thought I lost my audio. Let me get back to it again. That's StreamYard sometimes. And this is the writer of The Shy, executive producer or whatever.
Okay. But if you're late a second time, then you get kicked out.
Uh-oh. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. They might as well have gone to a PWI, she says. And here's the Howard president. He don't look too sharp here.
11, we are hearing from Howard University's interim president as hundreds of incoming students.
Wait a minute, he's the interim president? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The last president probably left him a stink, and that he leased up a lot of Howard's property. I think it was the last president, and now he's out of here. He's left a lot of problems behind.
Are still waiting for answers after unexpectedly losing their enrollment. Now, we've been on top of this story all week long when more than 500 students found out that their spots at Howard University were revoked. The university says that these students missed a critical payment deadline. This comes with less than 2 weeks until students start moving in on campus. Now, Dr. Wayne Frederick is apologizing to those students, but says that it's what universities normally do.
First, let me start by apologizing for any distress that we may have caused, and I recognize that.
That sounds like a Caribbean accent. Oh, that's a Caribbean accent, I think.
With it being so close to school, that certainly caused some people some significant distress, and so for that, I apologize, and I certainly take full responsibility for that. Having said that, this is part of what universities usually do, and especially a university like Howard that has a high demand. We had not received communication or complete documentation from that group of students. And
he also emphasized that they needed confirmation and verification that certain scholarships would be applied to those students, and that they will do a better job of communicating that in the future.
And so you remember I said, how would this become a real estate play? That's what I said a while back. I said
Howard University facing backlash, and the university is now reviewing the cases of.
No, not that. I said Howard a long time ago was a real estate play. Here's an example of what I mean. This is years ago.
Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yesterday, white gentrifiers walking their dogs and picnicking on the campus of Howard University. Well, a local reporter on the Fox affiliate did an interview, and this white man, y'all, I can't even just roll the tape.
They're in part of D.C., so they have to work within D.C. If they don't want to be within D.C., then move the campus. I think we need to work together, and I don't think it should be a he or there or here. It's our community, and that's how it should be.
What? I'm sorry. Teresa, what the hell? Howard University should move?
No, Howard University should move, but this is the definition of white privilege and what's going on in DC as it relates to gentrification. So I hear them as they say our community, but our campus and our tuition is two very different scenarios. The Howard University leadership obviously needs to address this and make sure policies are put into place since there's so much gentrification that's going on in that area. But also, I'm actually glad that the local affiliate of Fox actually did do a piece on this, because it does show the disgrace and the disproportionate devisement of what's going on with some white Americans. And so I think, again, if Howard University needs to make sure they put a stop to this, because they wouldn't do this to the Georgetown Universities or the Lands and the American University, because it wouldn't even got to the local affiliate station if that happened at their school. So there definitely has to be some policy in place to ensure the safety and security of our students.
Malik, Greg Carr, of course, chair of Howard University's Afro-American Studies Department, frequent panelist on this show. He tweeted this 2 hours ago. Dogs got nothing to do with it. They go where they're taken and where they're allowed. This is all about people. And in this country, no group respects Black people until they're made to. Walk your dog on a HU campus and find out how much we respect ourselves.
We get back to this. This is what this is all about. This is 7 years ago as the gentrification started to overwhelm Howard's campus.
Misinformation. One of the things we try to do on the news at 11 is tackle misinformation. A D.C. woman tells us she was berated for walking her dog at Howard University. So what is the school's policy on this? Adam Longo and the Verify team made some calls to find out.
Our Verify team exists to fact check the suspicious things that you're reading online, like a blog post here on the D.C.-centered site Popville. The anonymous author says they were walking their dog on the Howard University campus when a group of students told them to scram, since dog walking is banned per campus policy. Now to see if...
Man, but you might wonder why I'm laughing here. But dogs were a big issue here in D.C. I'm from the country. People left their dogs outside all day, all night. We didn't even allow our dogs inside. So when I came here to D.C., one of the big things was the white people had dogs, and they would take their dogs on walks, or they take their dogs on walks. And once they started moving around Howard's campus, they started walking around Howard's campus. And sometimes the dog would take a poop on Howard's campus. And so there is something called the quad on Howard University's campus. And here is the quad. This is where they do all these little rallies, Q dogs stepping and all this stuff. It's the Harriet Tubman quadrangle, apparently. And I'll minimize it for you. It comprises 5 interconnected halls: Baldwin, Crandall, Fraser, Truth, and Phyllis Wheatley. It primarily serves as a vibrant residential community for incoming first-year women, and is distinct from the yard, which is the central open green space on campus. Okay, so I thought this was the yard, but okay, it is the 5 connected dorms. And this apparently is where the white people were walking their dogs through Howard's campus. Again, this is 7 years ago. It shows you Howard's biggest problem is that their land is so valuable. It's probably more valuable than running the school.
If we could verify that claim, our researchers went straight to Howard University, who said there's no such ban. They're a private university, but they won't stop you from walking around campus. So what about other universities? Well, we called around. Catholic University and George Washington University, also private schools, say there's no ban there. Same thing with American University, but they do say that your dog has to be on a leash, and if it starts to growl or bite, you got to take it off campus. University of Maryland, nope, no ban there either. So we can't verify. No.
So now you get the point, right?
No, neither Howard University or any of the schools we called here in the DMV prohibit you from walking your pooch around the school's campus. Now, we put a leash on false and misleading stories, but we need your suggestions to keep it going.
Anyway, so that was that, and that was 70 years ago. So back to Roland.
Malik.
I love Greg. I'm so glad that he's a panelist on your show, and I think his tweet is spot on. Actually, if I were you, I'd love to see an interview with you, Greg, and this guy, and see how Dick privilege say the education of any individual, let alone minorities, is absolutely insane. Let's not give him any more attention, but let's focus on what's happening with gentrification and how we can protect not just our universities, but the communities around it that serve, support it as well.
But Davon, we have to, focus on this, because what he said is what he articulated, what many people think, and it's that sort of the attitude, oh, y'all should move, when Howard has been there, when his ass would not move into a Black neighborhood.
Yeah, and I would actually take it a step further. You know, that statement is an extension or a representation of the larger colonial mentality that is a part of the collective American consciousness. where Black people are literally just objects of other people's thought experiments, where Black people simply serve as commodities to be trafficked for the interest of white institutions and white folks' pleasure. And so when you think about gentrification and the way that it's happening around the country, you know, you have like the kind of hipster kind of profile, you know, the kind of person that is proximate enough to Black suffering, that there's a sense of enjoyment from being in close proximity to it, while at the same time, you know, having just and really just destroying communities and neighborhoods in which Black people live and struggle every day for the purpose of their own enjoyment. And that's the quintessential mechanism of colonialism. And as Dr. Carr said, the way to fight colonialism is that as Black people, we need to stand.
Oh, anyway, let me show you. I got so much stuff because I've been on this for a long time. Here's another example. Here's a phone call we took a while back. Listen. Hello,
Mr. Gold.
Yeah.
Hi, you the urban landlord.
Right there. Politics. I live in Southeast. I never had a problem in Southeast. Yeah, I never had a problem.
$150 today for a dog room.
For
Architecture student, so he basically.
Oh yeah. Listen, this is a Howard University mother looking for off-campus housing. Here it is. Listen to this.
Today for a dog room. He just let in too many freshmen, so they're booting the sophomores, you know, up there.
Oh wow!
And the shuttle ends 11 something. So my son is an architecture student, so he basically wouldn't even. If he stayed late on campus, he'd be in trouble. Plus, he paints, so he couldn't get on the shuttle. Like it's all these issues.
Oh wow! So they have the students living in like Hinesfield's a long way away from Howard.
I know it's a 40-minute shuttle ride. Van said it's impossible.
Yeah, that's a long way. It's probably quicker to just ride the train.
I know. So it's really not an option. I can tell you that now. It's not an option. So we're trying to weigh out, like if they change him, which they haven't said anything. And now I just think we need to just look into other options.
So they have a lot of students. They have a lot of students, or just a handful up there in Hinesfield.
A lot.
In Hinesfield?
And he said it's a whole lot up there.
In Hinesfield? Wow,
Hyattsville.
that is amazing. That is really amazing. Damn. You know, I don't know if you know this. You live in DC?
No, we're in Baltimore.
Oh, okay. You know, I've been in DC a long time. I've been a landlord here a long time. And if you're familiar, did you go to Howard?
Yeah, I went to Howard.
Oh, you probably know then. You know, a lot of the area around Howard, it used to be like dorms and stuff.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. People were too afraid to walk. And now everything is over expensive and people don't look like they used to look.
It seemed like they sold out their students, you know, for for commercial. Like, and now they sending kids to high school. Shit, that's low. You hear this mother agreeing with me. John Galt saw this 10, 15 years ago, the urban landlord. I saw all that gentrification around Howard. I'm like, there's no way they can continue to house these students here. These students don't have the money to pay market rate anywhere near market rate. There's a Whole Foods basically on Howard's campus. Wait.
It's insanity, and it's the tuition is already high enough, and then to ask, you know, for them to live around campus is it's like even 1,900. That's a lot. If they squeeze two in a room, even not so much. But it's still a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, if you could share my information or grab more information for us, because we're gonna have to make a decision in 30 days. They've got to be back by probably August 10th.
Okay, yeah, I'll find out right now and I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you so much.
Again, that was a Baltimore mother of a Howard student, and again, Howard has sold these students out for commercial gain. The real estate around there, it drives all, and I think that is what has driven Howard to the brink of where it is right now. It's an interesting situation that we see oftentimes where Howard probably sees in those kids, hey man, half the kids probably don't need to be here anyway. If we can get their money, cool, but we're not going to bend over backwards for them. I think that has been clearly proven here that Howard is not, as the one of the former alums said, Howard used to bend over backwards for you and all that stuff. Not anymore. They have real estate. They probably got leases and stuff. The demands for their real estate on their campus. The students are just kind of probably second fiddle at this point. There's a couple more things. What's that? A couple more things. Let me see if I can open up my email. I've been having trouble getting it open. Is this it? Let's see. Let me get my email here. There it is. I'm going to scroll through just a couple of the, can I do it from here? A couple of the emails about the Howard dysfunction. Again, I'm on a user group for Howard. And so here are just some of the emails that I've received over the last couple months. And I'll share those with you, some of the group messages that I've seen. And here's one. Let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen. So here's one of the messages that I received recently from a parent at Howard. Yeah, that's the screen. There it is. If you can see this, I may need to zoom in a little bit. But basically, this is a parent, and she said, I just want to give an update. Many are so encouraging during this difficult time that our children are facing. Also, unfortunately, my daughter was denied re-enrollment, but we have since brushed ourselves off and are pursuing her true passions at John Jay's Criminal College Psychology program. I think that's in New York. I know many people feel discouraged, but just want to know there's light at the end of the tunnel, blah, blah, blah. I'll be removing myself from this group. And so on and so forth. That was just one of the emails that I received or that I saw in the group. Here's some others. And yeah, this is Howard. I think they've damaged their long-term reputation with this scandal. More Howard stuff. Here's another one. I'll put this one on the screen. This is from Twitter. Yeah, John Jay's in New York. Yeah, I think it's in Brooklyn somewhere. Something like that. Twitter will open. And this is from Fox 45, Baltimore. A mother says she tried to pay her daughter's tuition. We saw this lady after Howard University unenrolled her. We saw this one. I think there were more of them. See, here. HU dysfunction. Howard. This is me yesterday by Howard University. And what you'll see, if you're paying attention, if you notice, is a lot of construction by Howard University. A lot of construction in D.C. Being gentrified. You've heard earlier, Trump is going to secure $300 million worth of short-term apartments for the National Guard. That's a lot of pressure on the market for housing. And you see Howard. Here's one video. This is on the main strip of Howard. This is Georgia Avenue. And all of this is basically the hospital. Hospitals are big money for universities. Howard is no different. They're getting in on the game. What's up, Herman? So this is a couple of blocks of DC real estate are under construction or about to begin construction on Howard's campus. You're not going to see this level of construction on many Black colleges. This is some serious construction, and this is all around Howard. They're brand new buildings that were not built for the students. Trust me on that. The Whole Foods, things like that, not built for the students. The high-end salon directly across from the Whole Food, again, not for the students. And that's Howard. Here's another video of Howard. Again, this is further up the block. And one of the things you'll notice is all of these stores are closed. These used to be, this may be open, this is the bookstore, but further up the block, all of these stores are closed. These were stores that used to cater to the Howard students, little small businesses in the grill, Jamaica eatery, stuff like that, all closed. That is a hurricane. You see all this, that used to be a Starbucks right here. All this stuff is all boarded up. Something new is coming, and it's likely to be fairly upmarket, just considering the area, the pressure in this area financially. Yeah, it would, Howard can make a lot of money off of this area. This is Georgia Avenue and U Street going north. So this is what you're seeing with Howard. I have a couple more videos I want to put up there before I get started. Here's another one. Do this. Put this up. I think this is Howard. Give me 1 second. So here's another video. And you can see all these businesses are more or less closed. And here begins like kind of where the main campus, we've left the hospital. Look at all this construction. So this is like all the small businesses. They're probably not coming back. Yeah, so all these stores are closed right here. Damn. Howard's doing a lot of development around here. All these stores are closed. Damn. And that was that video. Here's another one by Howard. 61,000. I can't. Here's another quick. Has anyone ever seen the email stating their student must reapply due to non-payment? My son's classes were dropped. I cannot get in touch with financial aid. Again, a lot of incompetence going on at Howard. Here's another message. This lady, and I want to zoom in on this one. This one's very interesting. Again, these are not very affluent students attending Howard. It was a little murky because when we pay bills, we know there's a deadline, I know people would have something to say no matter what, but it would hurt. Would it have hurt to send out a final notice detailing what would happen if or didn't happen by the 21st or 20th even? It's crazy how HBCUs always want grace. It sounds like the same lady with how they handle things, but where's the grace in return? I'm sorry, my feelings are hurt. And it was one lady that said she paid about $2,700. She's paying about $2,700 every month. Anyway, here's another video from Howard. So this is a little bit north of Howard. I think it's posted, yeah. Is this north of Howard? I think so. Yeah. Problem with StreamYard lately. Here we go. All right, this is Howard. Did it shut down? Damn, my browser shut down. StreamYard. Anyway, let me pull that back up. I think the whole damn browser shut down. Wow. All right, let me pull it back up. Damn, that is crazy. Anyway, let me pull it back up here. All right, here it is. So you can see the white guy, he's walking up the street. There he is. You hear the music booming, so Howard still kind of, you know, there's still some, mostly, I would say, mostly indigent blacks there. Many of the blacks are coming into Howard University area because they're at the Howard Hospital. It's like a mismatch of a little bit of everybody out here. Oh shit, I rode the bus? I can't remember. I thought I was off the bus. I don't know. I can't remember what clip that was. Anyway, a couple things happened yesterday. I do want to share it. That we use pretty much the end of our Howard coverage in case we have something else comes up. Maybe get some Howard students calling in, something like that. Anyway, yesterday, we're off of Howard now. I had an interesting phone call, interesting day, I should say, and I'll play that call.
Hello, Mr. Dog.
Yeah.
Hi, you the urban landlord.
I mean, yeah, like, cause I mean, before I really listened to you, I was kind of on the fence about being a landlord, and I'm pretty convinced. Like I say, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's something to it. But I'm not you though. That's the problem. I'm not you though. I'm not you though. At the end of the day, I like the idea of it, but I'm not you. You love this shit. You kicking back. You love this life, boy. You love this shit.
Let me call it right now. No, that's okay. Hold on, let me put you on my Bluetooth here. Give me 1 second. I can hardly hear you. Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm having trouble connecting. What did you say? Hello? Did she hang up? Let me call her back, Lisa. And these people all night, stir shit all night. See these people, they raise hell all night. Oh.
I'm surprised. Why is she even right there?
I guess the lady gonna call me in the morning, so
Oh, she just messaged you?
Nah. Yeah. What you calling about this time? Huh? I told you what I had to tell you.
I'm asking you a direct question.
Yeah, what you asking me?
Did you remove the gentleman, your property from the resident?
I already done told you no one time. I told you, look, I come over there, I clean up anything in the common areas. If it's left out there for more than a day, I ask him, hey, is this yours?
He had some tools in the common area. Did you remove them?
I didn't see any tools. All I saw was pots and stuff like that with dirt in them. Yeah, flower pot. That's trash. I don't allow people to store flower pots on the front porch. That's trash. It's already, I done told you, man, it's trash. So you store that shit on the porch, it's goddamn trash. Hey, well, I done told you, what the fuck got me repeating it for then? You got me repeating it for. Didn't you understand what the fuck I told you the first time? If it's left in the common area, it's goddamn trash. Huh? What the fuck? What the fuck the confusion for? Ain't nobody property. If it's on my front porch, it's my property. You understand that? Call me stupid. You know what I'm saying? You have to relax. Like, see, this is what I'm saying. Who is allowed to be in charge of any kind of damn law enforcement? Stupid. Yeah, now who are you? Yeah, what are you calling me about? You Officer Roy, you looking for a room or something? What you calling me about?
No, I'm calling you about no room. I'm here.
Oh. And where? I don't hear you. Did I lose you? Hello? Yeah, I ain't hear you. What you calling about? Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know him. Who is that? What they got to do with anything? I don't know who you talking about, because everybody in that that lives in that house, they know my number. So there's no reason the police be calling me about somebody in that house, because I was just there today. And I spoke to everybody that lives in that house, and so I'm just wondering what you calling me about?
He said that you destroyed his property while you were here.
Who? Oh, he what property of his did he destroy? Did he have like some? What property of his did I destroy?
He said you destroyed his flower pot.
Really? Listen. So listen. All I know is this. Anything left in the common areas is trash. Everybody that lives there knows that. If you leave something in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the hallway, on the front porch, we give you an opportunity to move it. If you left it there, don't leave it there. If you leave anything outside of your room, it's trash. Everyone is told to pick it up. So if he left it out there in the common area, not in his room, is he saying that someone stole it from his room? I'm sure he's not saying that, right? He's not saying that, right? He's not hold on. He's not alleging that anything was stolen out of his room. He's saying that some trash that was on the front porch was thrown away. That's what he's saying. Because anything on the front porch is free game. I tell him, if you leave it out there for more than a day, it can be thrown away. I got. So we good now. So we clear. So we clear. So I think we clear, right? Or you got more? Or you got more to say?
I'm not here for that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you should really be talking to this guy about wasting your time, because he was aware of this. If you leave anything, listen. Yeah, I don't need to hear you out, because I just told you. Listen, if they leave, listen. No. Listen to me. If they leave up, right, and okay. So now I'm telling you, right. So I'm telling you, right. Yeah. So look, if they, right. Everybody. No, it's not a landlord-tenant issue. It is a personal space issue.
It's not a police matter.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't infringe on other people's right to enjoy their house. Just the same. Everybody need to be able to sit on the front porch, and that's why we say keep the front porch clear of your personal effects. Because I don't know whose stuff it is. I don't want it. I ain't got no room for it. We have people come and go and leave a lot of stuff that they'll never come back and claim. We don't know whose it is. So if it is left in a common area, we assume that it's trash, because people leave a lot of things behind when they leave. When they check out, they may leave a suitcase, clothes, anything they don't want to take, they leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You need. Well, no, what you need to do is talk to him about calling the police. But no, so you need to hear what I'm saying. You need to talk to him. This is not a landlord-tenant issue. This is a common consideration. Right? Yeah. Keep your things to yourself in your own room. Then, right. That's what I'm saying. Will you please tell him that Right. Nobody stole his things. Anything that was left in the common area.
Some tools are missing. It's in a place where he's able to retrieve it. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just asking for asking sake.
Anything that was on the front porch was put in the trash can. So if he had tools that was on the front porch, we ask people, do not leave anything. Because if somebody else steals your stuff, we're not responsible for it. Keep it in your room. If he left some tools on the front porch, hell, somebody could have stolen it. I don't know. But anything, you know, he should not have. Listen, can you let him know that he needs to keep all of his things inside of his room? Okay. Well, look. Can you tell him that anything that's left on the front porch is considered trash? Okay. Well, I've told him. So, okay, yeah, get back. Yeah, hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my phone died. Are you okay? I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. Mike called me because I was on the way home. He was like, I just want to let you know in case you want to take the back door. The cops are here. I said, for what? He said, what's his name? David. David had called about his plans. So I said, are you kidding me? At 10 o'clock at night? I come out to the house, cop cars on the street.
I told him the day before, I said, hey, man, and I was there the other day, day before yesterday, 2 days ago probably. I said, hey, you got watermelon in this shit, it's flies, it's mosquitoes. Grow that shit in your room or rent a greenhouse. But no one wants to walk past that. This is not your extended bedroom. You got to get it
Mike
up.
said the same. He said, I haven't sat on the porch in forever. He said, I don't even like sitting out there no more. I said, you see me and Jason don't sit out there.
And I you know, not just him either. I'm not picking on him. The guy across the street, it's the same thing. I'm like, yo, you can't just store stuff on the front porch. I don't care if you're about to put it in storage, get it in storage, but don't leave it on the front porch.
It's actually a white guy, by the way, Dolomite. A white guy.
Anybody else, right? You know, if someone was leaving that stuff out, you know. So, you know, that's all I told him. I didn't raise my voice and I didn't cross words at him, but he just called the police. I was there when he called the police. I'm surprised he's just not getting there, but
So he called earlier. You were here earlier today.
Yeah, I was there earlier. He called him the other day that I was there. And again, all I told him, just get your stuff off the front porch. You know, it's creating a nuisance. Flies, mosquitoes, you know. It's just what.
When I tell you, I went on the porch. I was cleaning off. Me and Jason were cleaning off our scooter to go out to eat. When I got done off the porch, I had 8 bug bites on my legs just from standing out there just those couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean the mosquitoes are already bad in the area,
and that just makes it worse.
You're right. You know, like it was watermelon out there. Like that's gonna draw all kind of insects, flies. You know, like watermelon.
This is where exactly, but this is the thing, and I agree with Mike. This is where it gets kind of frustrating, though. You do not live by yourself. You live in a house with other people. Right. So before you call cops and stuff, you need to think about that. Because me and Mike are
working. You remember the white guy? He joined the police force at like 60 years old. It's on the channel. This is the one that called the police.
Like, is this going to mess up us renting here or anything, or no?
I mean it's him calling the police. You know, hell, I'm not even there. Hell, I mean, the last couple of days I've had the police call to 2 or 3 different properties. You know, I don't know why people do this.
They've called the police on you at the properties?
Yeah, other properties, yeah. You know, I don't know why they do this. Like, because I'm not
Oh
bothering
my gosh.
them. You know, I'm not bothering them. I'm not threatening them. I'm not arguing with them.
David's frustrated because he feels like the house needs worked on and you don't come around. I don't know why he just don't tell us to your face, though. I thought y'all been having this conversation.
Listen, the last time I talked to him, this probably months ago. And he hung up on me. He said, I don't want to talk on the phone. I said, well, okay. Well, you know, if I can't talk to you on the phone, then you probably need to find somewhere else to live because, I can't fly over there every time you want to talk to me.
It's just not the way it works. Find somewhere else that you can have a more personal relationship with your landlord. If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Because I tried to tell him, he was like, that don't bother. I said the thing is, I like it. I don't like being bothered. So I said, everybody's different. I don't like being bothered. Jason don't like being bothered. I can only speak for us.
Yeah, most
we
people
like
don't
to pay
wanna
our
see-
rent and
yeah,
keep it moving.
Yeah, most people don't want to
that's
have
it.
any kind of interaction. They just want to, live and care about their business.
Because me and Mike are, because we were worried about that. We were like, see what's going to happen. Like, or I said, I don't know. I don't want to come home or get a text that I got to leave in a week. I said, so.
He just needs to, if he's unhappy, he should just leave. I told him that,
Because I told him, I said, let me tell you something. I had a friend who kept bothering. It was an old homeboy, so he kept arguing with his landlord. He didn't want to leave. You know what she did? She got a restraining order, so he had to leave. I said, he needs to stop.
Yeah, I don't know why, I don't know what his problem is, but.
Because I told him, I said, you live with other people. You can't do that. And the thing is, my boyfriend, Jason, he's on probation. He can't have that. They only allow him to come to D.C. because he don't get in trouble. He's like one of the best. My probation officer, his probation officer loves him. So all that cop calling, they said the same thing. We can't have that. That can't happen.
I mean, it looks bad too. You know what I'm saying?
And it does. It was embarrassing. I had to go through the back door to come to my house, so I would be seen out front with this nonsense.
Yeah. It looks bad.
And I'm wearing my uniform. I got MedStar on my jacket. Like, come on, that's not fair.
And for what? For what end? If it's his, I gave him 2 or 3 days to pick this shit up. He didn't do it. So I'm assuming hell he don't want it. I told him if you don't.
I'm not trying to come down on you, but me and Mike agree. We have to figure out something. I'm serious. Like, my boyfriend's on probation. We can't have that. That's inconsiderate to other people. Jason.
And that was just yesterday. Every day is always something new. Anyway, you can hear that call on the channel. Here's another something I want to share with you. Let's see. What happened there? Oh, here it is. Here. Oh, here it is. This is an Airbnb guest I have coming in today. Take a look. I'm moving to DC, so I'm doing the paperwork and shit like this at this Social Security. So I'm moving around week to week. I have had a family in DC, so people are looking after me while I'm here. I'm mentally disabled, and so people don't look at. I don't know what he's saying. Yeah. This is the Airbnb guest that I have coming today. We don't have many Airbnb guests anymore, but this is one of them. Anyway, so I'm on the bus yesterday. I'm headed uptown, and I saw this. Hey, do you remember this, right? Look at this. Anyone remember this right here? Let's see. Yeah, this right here. Anyone remember this right here? The Lay's French onion dip. Anyone remember that right there? Lay's French onion dip. Okay, so I'm on the bus yesterday, and this lady right here, you can see her with the long hair, wig or whatever on her head. You see the 2 kids in front of her, and she's eating a bag of chips with this jar of French onion dip. It was so disgusting. Oh my God, it was so disgusting. You see the little girl, she eating a chip. But the mama was eating like a big old bag of them. It was so disgusting. She was just dipping her hands and everything. I said, oh my God, it's so disgusting. Oh my God. I think I have it on YouTube. It's on my channel. It's a short. Yeah, here it is.
You can see her like putting them out. She almost wasted on herself. There you can see the jar in her hand right there. She initially. Oh, it's so disgusting. Oh, so disgusting. Anyway, that was my adventures on the bus yesterday. I do need to call one person, two people. Let me call two people. What time is it? 10:42. I gotta get ready to get out of here. Make sure this room is ready. Call this guy.
Your call has been.
Oh, he didn't answer. I'm gonna talk to this nigga real rough. This nigga kind of stupid or something.
The person you have called is not a.
I got one more call. This is the African going into the military. Leonard Roy. McNamara's moron.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Ah, Jesus Christ. None of these people answering their phone this morning.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hello?
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You've been behind on like 3 payments. I need you to send like two payments for like 2 days, and then I don't think you sent it yesterday. I need you to get on top of that though, man. You can't get behind like that.
Yeah. Man, it's just been. I sent you a message this morning.
Yeah.
I'm going to handle it. Yeah, trust me.
But what's the problem? What's your issue? Aren't you doing that Uber stuff?
Yeah, the car payments. I told you how it goes. I need to make the car payment before I start making money. So every beginning of the week, I start at zero. Basically, for like 2 days, I don't make money. So that's what happens. And I'm behind on the 3 payments, so I'm gonna send you like 250, 200 on Wednesday. That's my plan.
But what if your plan don't work out?
Huh?
What if your plan doesn't work out?
It will. It will. Trust me, it will.
So how does this driving this car work? How much you have to pay them every week?
Oh, so I by the end of the week I should have like $600, $700.
But how much do you have to pay? How much do you have to pay the people every week for the car?
Oh, 220.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. But it's not easy like with gas too. So it takes me until Tuesday to pay it off.
They get their money first before you get any money.
Right. So that's what usually happens. And then by the end of the week, I got you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, so why you just don't ride the scooters again? Don't you make more money riding scooters than cars?
Yeah, that's what I want to do, but it's tough.
Why isn't it tougher driving a car?
Yeah.
So why you drive the car?
No, I said it's harder driving the scooter.
Why is that? But don't you make more?
Yeah, nah. They do, but like it's with the weather, but it's tough. So.
But it's hot right now. It's the best weather to be doing the Uber, right? About the scooters, right?
Yeah.
You do the car in the wintertime.
I'm gonna switch back to the scooter.
Yeah, the car don't make sense, man.
Yeah.
What they have you delivering with cars? Where you go to it'd be like out in the suburbs or something?
You say what?
What do you do deliveries in a car? Out in the suburbs or something?
Yeah, out of the airports.
You drive people around. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. All right.
Yeah, John. Man, appreciate you for understanding, but trust me, like, I'm a stand-up guy. I don't try to, I ain't trying to play no games. If I had the money, trust me, I would. I don't like having debts,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. Stresses me too. So, but trust me, I got you.
Can you send over some payments today to cover was it 2 or 3 days you missed?
Yeah, right now I ain't got shit. I'll lie. That's why I want to send you on Wednesday. I'm gonna send everything by tomorrow and Thursdays. By the end of this week, I should settle everything.
Now you done went from Wednesday to the end of the week.
Yeah.
I can't do the end of the week, bro. You got to get something in tomorrow, okay? You got to get the money in tomorrow. You got to do more than try, man. You got to do better than try. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it happen.
All right.
All right.
They so broke, man. Like he should be doing the scooter, but he complaining about the heat. But hell, you don't like the cold. You don't like the heat. And when the hell you want to drive in the fall? Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's just black. Let me text you. These blacks really play a lot of games. So hopefully this black calls me back. This is if we have any real estate people in the audience, I talked to a lady the other day. Hips up roller skater, Texas girl. He needs a trade. Well, he's about to go into the Air Force. I guess he's waiting on them to give him his job or whatever. He's African. He can make more money with a car, but Uber doesn't pay. Yeah, see, I think they make more money off of the scooters and stuff. All the guys downtown on the electric scooters or whatever, they're not paying for gas. They're doing more orders, in a time, quickly, short orders to office workers and stuff like that. Driving a car, I don't know. You get, you can't factor in how many tickets you're going to get because it's so unpredictable. You're going to get tickets in this area. The cameras and stuff like that are going to catch you. So I had this black guy. They always got something going on. He's at the dentist now. Out of here. I mean, yeah. Shit. Hey, one more person. The phone call. It was something I was going to share here. The phone call. David. Oh, the black guy that's behind on his rent. Well, let me tell you this story first. For the landlords out here, or for people that do any kind of selling on marketplace, don't take PayPal. Don't do that. The black guy that was trying to get housing provided by some housing provider, you heard the call on the channel. He tried to run a scam on me by requesting a refund by way of PayPal, even though he had stayed there. See, these are some very dishonest people. And this is, I guess the blacks have caught wind that you can run scams on people by paying with PayPal. So if you were to encounter a black person and he volunteers to pay you by PayPal, particularly if he pays you for goods and services, do not take Do not take the money. They're probably running a scam on you. And that leads me to, I talked about this the other day, the low trust society that's forming all around. You're the white guy, he doesn't want to leave. Basically the standards are being set so low that everyone, well, not everyone will, but people will ultimately, fall to settle to their level. And here's, one of the things that why I say that, this whole PayPal thing and Facebook, there's so little trust. It is making people act in opposite ways that you would expect. And here's something interesting. I wanted to buy a bed frame, and I told you guys this story. And usually I send like an Uber courier or a roadie delivery to do pickup. The person says, if you'd like to buy, please come and take it. She would not allow me to send like a roadie delivery person, and most of these people want cash. I don't know if I'm guessing part of that is due to fraud, but I'm not sharing this. But this is very interesting in that here's a person where I would have thought it'd been safer. Hell, I don't want to meet you. I'll send a courier there, pick it up, and I'll pay you electronically. She was not, or he, I think it was a lady though. She was like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. And I told her, hey, I can pay you now for the bed. I really needed the bed. I had a tenant break the bed. Anyway, she was like, no, sorry. And I had a couple phone calls like that, or messages where the people were not willing to accept. Is this another one? Oh, here's another one. This is very interesting. And you can see it here. I prefer a face-to-face handover. And again, this is just another bed. I said, is it a full size, everything included? Yes, nothing wrong. I'm leaving the country. I said, send me a request by Zelle. And the reason why I say this is because I don't want her phone number. If I say, hey, what's your phone number? Let me Zelle you. She may be uncomfortable with that. So I said, well, just send me a request and I'll respond back to it to pay you. I'll pay you now and send an Uber to pick it up. Are you at least physically able to just hand it to the driver? That's all I need her to do. She says, I prefer a face-to-face handover. And I think part of that is, again, because of the fraud and the crime that is happening online on Facebook. She'd rather meet me face-to-face. Maybe she wanted to meet at a police station. I'm not sure. And then there was this that happened. In my neighborhood, what is it? I think it was this. I think it was this right here. I think I showed this video. But anyway, it was here it is. I'm not sure if there's video, so if not, I'll read it for you. So anyway, in DC, around the corner from one of my properties, a man and his nephew were shot Tuesday while attempting to sell a Louis Vuitton handbag from Facebook Marketplace near a high school in Washington, D.C. You can see it. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what happened there in D.C. at a elementary school, I think. Anyway, the trust that for buying online is being broken down, and I'm very surprised even the white guy behaved like this in my property. He's calling the police like the black people do, and it's a very interesting phenomenon to see people like stepping down a notch, in terms of their morals and stuff like that. Anyway, very interesting. I'll drop the link. Anyone want to jump up, ask a question, make a comment, whatever. I dropped the link. Feel free to hit the panel. I think that's the right link. I don't think that's right. Here it is. And while we're waiting on anyone to join, I'll go down. Is there anything? There was something I wanted to cover. Where is it here? Covered Howard. We covered. I'll be in New York shortly, so I might as well cover this. I guess while I'm in New York, I'll be covering some of the Montgomery rent freeze, how that's working out. So there's that. Here's this.
Become an everyday occurrence, with some claiming the rodents are the size of cats.
There's like a wave. It looks like a wave of rats. Either daytime or nighttime. Nighttime is usually a lot more.
And some say the problems don't stop there. Sighting roaches have also at 1245 Eastern Parkway say rat sightings have become an everyday occurrence, with some claiming the rodents are the size of cats.
There's like a wave. It looks like a wave of rats. Either daytime or nighttime. Nighttime is usually a lot more.
And some say the problems don't stop there. Sighting roaches have also taken over, running rampant throughout their homes. Residents at 1245 Eastern Parkway say rat sightings have become an everyday occurrence, with some claiming the rodents are the size of cats.
That's
like a wave. It looks like a wave.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Here's another video. Oh, should I play this one? All right, I got two videos I want to play. Then we get out of here. This one here. This is crazy. Oh. The little boy threw a game. They were burying his grandma, I guess. And anyway, I don't want to do this one. Yo, this is crazy. Coming out of DC again, keeping it local. This is the wife of Eric. This is the son of Eric Bieniemy. He shot his mother. Eric Bieniemy was a Kansas City Offensive Chiefs coordinator. He may still be the coordinator, I'm not sure. But he lived right outside of D.C. At one point, he was a coach or something for the Washington Redskins. This is unusual coming out of the NFL. A coach's son shoots his mother. This happened right in Virginia somewhere. Eric Bieniemy. Son shooting him. This happened right in Virginia. It's a very weird case.
10 o'clock hour. First tonight, an investigation continues after authorities say the wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy was shot inside the family's Ashburn home.
The couple's adult son is now charged in the case. Our Virginia Rita joining us live in Ashburn with the latest information from neighbors. Regina, what are you hearing?
Yeah, well, ladies, the people who we spoke with here today, they say this area is pretty quiet. Neighbors try to keep to themselves, but they also know who Eric Bieniemy is. He is the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. In 2023, Eric spent that season with the Commanders, so he's known here locally. He still has a house here in Virginia, and residents describe him and his family as a friendly, so they are shocked to hear about what happened. Take a look. According to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, Mia Bienemy, the wife of Eric, was shot multiple times inside the family's home on North Park Drive in Ashburn. You're seeing video here of Mia being carried out on a stretcher and being put inside an ambulance. Authorities say the alleged suspect is the couple's 27-year-old son, Elijah Bienemy, who was arrested at the scene. You're seeing deputies there taking Elijah into custody outside the home earlier today. He's charged with malicious wounding and 2 other offenses and is being held without bond. Investigators say Mia survived the shooting but suffered serious injuries. So far, the sheriff's office has not released a motive, but for neighbors, they say they're still trying to process what happened.
Man, that's amazing.
Knowing that something so close home happens like this, something like this happens so close home, it's first shocking, and then second, it's kind of like, overwhelming.
It's very tough to go through something like that, and it just never goes away. But it does kind of open your eyes as to anything can happen anywhere.
Elijah, he's always been very polite. And anytime I see him, he's always,
always polite.
He was very cordial and greeted, very, no issues, no problems, and he was always to himself.
And the man you just heard from lives next door to the Bienemy family. He says he didn't hear the gunshots, but says it's still hard to believe something like this happened so close. At the time of the shooting, Eric was not home. The Chiefs are in Missouri for training camp. Earlier today, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid told reporters he didn't have many details about the incident.
Our hearts go out to Eric Bienemy and his family. Thoughts and prayers are with them. I can't get into details on it. But things happen sometimes, and Eric will work through it. He's got a great support group here, as does his family, as needed, and then we'll just let time take care of it.
The Chiefs coach did mention that the wife, Mia, is currently in stable condition, but as far as law enforcement and investigators, they have not released any further details about this shooting.
Yeah, damn, that's an amazing case. It really makes you wonder, why didn't he have his son involved in coaching or something like that? I wonder what his son did for a living, other than maybe live off his father. Very sad case there. A young man probably without much future. His mother probably argued at him, say, hey, get up and do something. You look at his head, just his general look, probably not presentable to the mainstream audience. He crashes out. We've been an hour and 50 minutes in. We're on the Clips channel. Let me tell you this. Shout out to Herman. American Man, I don't think I banned you. And someone else, but all the supporters of the channel, of late, I think it was Herman, American Man, and someone else. Let me take a look. And thank you all for supporting the channel, from the bottom of my heart there. I was talking to someone today, and they said, John, somebody's going to kill you. Literally said it to me. I said, what? They said, yeah, someone's probably going to kill you. Master Kim, Herman, and American Man. Yeah, thank all you guys, everyone really, people in all this, everything. Much appreciated. But yeah, someone said to me, that John, some of the things you're saying, someone's going to, harm you. And that brings me to why we're here streaming on the backup channel, is because, one day I started a stream. The intro, as you've seen the intro many, many times, but I stopped the stream like before the intro ended because I guess I was tired or something. And that stream was struck. So that was my second strike there. I played the intro a million times. I'm not quite sure why that title got me struck. But anyway, that video got me struck. So anyway, that is the reason why we're on the backup channel if anyone's interested in it. So someone, I think it was Dolomite, he commented that there are bands of people that go around doing these things. So apparently they're very effective if that is the case. So we'll power through it however we get, however we can do it, as long as it's possible, I guess. But for those of you that wonder why we're here and not there, that explains why, I hope. So hope that explains why. So that's what we're up against here. So anyway, guys, if you didn't tune in to CT, you should take a look and listen to at least the first part of CT talking about the Tuskegee University and the bonnet. That was pretty interesting, the way he talks about that.
So, Tuskegee used my alma mater. Anyway, I got to get out of here, guys. Got a crazy Airbnb guest coming that I need to prep this room for him, make sure it's all ready to go. Once again, thank you for joining. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the Clips channel or the Twitter stream, you get a little bit over there. Let's see, King. Is this King Shanat? Fact, no. She's fact, man. Shit, man. We're going to. Oh yeah, yeah. Howard, George. Yeah, George Mason. You're right. I think that's the school you're referencing, George Mason. Yeah, you probably get just as good of an education there. Speaking of that, I'll share this with you on our way out. With Howard dropping the ball here, other universities clearly going to pick up this slack, and none other than UDC.
A story that has a lot of you talking online, and it's quickly gaining national attention. Hundreds of incoming Howard University students are still in limbo after unexpectedly losing their enrollment.
But now there may be a lifeline for some of these students, thanks to another local university. Our Jess Arnold live at the University of the District of Columbia with more on this story. Jess, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, fellow HBCU, the University of the District of Columbia, or UDC, is actually extending its enrollment deadline to help out these unenrolled students until August 7th. That is important. Now, part of this information that they're providing has to do with those payments, financial aid. That was a whole part of this original debacle. They are sharing that federal aid can transfer from university to university. All you have to do is log into your FAFSA.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Portal and change it from Howard to UDC. That can follow the student. They said scholarships can move also, but students will need to call the awarding organization to redirect those funds.
Wow. Yo, is this new? Have you always been able to redirect student aid like this? Yeah, I think you're right about George Mason. George Mason's a pretty good university. Virginia's, fairly affluent state. It can invest in pretty good state schools. Damn, I didn't know you could redirect funds. That's interesting.
It's a lifeline for students who have been left without one weeks before thinking that they were starting at Howard.
Everything's all right, and then all the progress kind of just disappears because we're 2 weeks away from, moving in, and
Hey, University of Maryland is probably pretty expensive though, for out of state.
It all gets taken away.
Mason Farmer, who lives in Georgia, is one of more than 500 freshmen who lost their spots to attend Howard over tuition payments.
You know what's crazy? Georgia, I think, has a Hope Scholarship or something. For him to leave his home state and attend Howard, it's like a $50,000 decision.
The school says it had been sending communications about payment and enrollment deadlines since March, but students argue that some factors like outside scholarship money was beyond their control, and despite informing the university, their class schedules were wiped out. Howard's interim president addressed tuition on CNN yesterday.
We have to hire adjunct faculty. We have to make sure that dorm rooms are assigned and ready to go. And so starting with a good financial plan is important. Our graduation rate is not 100%, and that gap is primarily due to lack of finances.
Oof. He's basically saying this is a poor school, right? And most of the people aren't graduating because they don't have money to finish.
We have limited resources that we're trying to stretch as much as possible.
And hearing that some students have been hearing that some students have been re-enrolled here at Howard. We're going to keep you posted on exactly how many we have been reaching out. Now, if you are wanting to enroll here at UDC, I'm sure a big question is, but where do I live? Now, UDC says...
There you go. UDC does not have dorms. UDC used to be a community college. Now they've, I guess, stepped it up to be a university. Interestingly enough, UDC used to have a very, very low, bad reputation. And now they're in the position to take Howard students. What a turn of events.
That they have limited availability for their beds, but they did provide other local resources I'll share in this web story online that they say students take advantage of. Now, also, we have that info. We have other special resources just here on WUSA 9 that I know you all have more info about in studio.
But Jess, I just think of how gut-wrenching this must feel to, want to be so excited to go to the college of your dreams, and then all of a sudden, just a few weeks before classes, this is just kind of pulled right out from under you. We've heard students say, listen,
From a financial aid perspective, we have not been able to talk to people at the university. We've been ping-ponged all around trying to get some information. Jess, certainly appreciate your reporting for us this morning. We'll be checking in with you for any updates. Impacted students can scan this QR code on your screen. This is very helpful. It will expedite during our at UD ready to help impacted students.
Anyway, you notice that these students are not trying to transfer to American to Georgetown or GW. That would be, or even a Catholic would probably be just as expensive. But these kids want to go to the HBCU, a black college. You heard that one mother say her child grew up going to primarily PWI, what you call them, white high schools and elementary schools. So this was your chance to go to Howard, and it's $65,000 decision. And you're seeing people leave states like Georgia, where school is more or less free for in-state students. And so a hell of a decision to make, and then look at the outcome of all of that, and you see the financial strife of more or less middle-class families, middle to lower to middle-class families, shouldering this burden in education in psychology, social sciences. You have to ask yourself, is it all really worth $64,000 per year? Once again, I am John Galt, the urban landlord. Thank you for watching. This nigga has a motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast. I am the nigga John Galt. This high-ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era baby, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, and living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted defeat. Back in the day, the rock had a violent freak. Different story now, they got no energy. The new drugs got them slow with the hit unload. Eyes closed and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, top shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga John Galt. I bring it to you rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain, now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga John Galt.